We have beautiful farmland as far as the eye can see, and housing developers have been eyeing this up. But as well as expanding, we need to also deal with a few minor issues that have arisen since last episode. If you're looking forward to what we have in store today, leaving a like on the video would be really amazing of you because it helps the channel out, and then grab a cup of tea, sit back and relax as we dive into Kettlewick. Well, hello everybody and welcome back. So before we dive into the expansion and some new funky assets that I found, which I think are going to go really well, we've had a teeny tiny little bit of an issue loading up this save. So if we just zoom out a little bit, you might start to notice, no, we've not had random snowing appearing around the place. Yeah, we've had a problem with the assets not loading correctly, but to be honest, it's made me just realize that I want to change some things up with how the fields look. So as you know, if we zoom into perhaps an area down here, we have been using some custom decals, no, not decals, surfaces for some of the fields over here. A lot of them were just left with what the save came with, which was either nothing, or what they had done was use this sort of surface, which is the one that's built into the normal farms, and just a couple of variations on that. But I would like to change all of them. I'm going to go through the whole thing and update them, and we're going to show you a very quick way of doing that. I've also added 2 new mods, and I'm going to update the mod list as it appears on my Discord, by the way, if you want that. There's a link in the description to my Discord, and then go to the CS2 mods and assets section. And yeah, there's a pin post in there with all my mods and assets to use in Skyve for Kettlewick. I've added in coloured bus lanes and coloured bike lanes. So let's just, I'm just looking at this here. Has this changed as well? No, it hasn't. It's just super bright. Okay, so coloured bus lanes. Here's probably a good place to look. We can see they are very red at the moment. So I'm probably going to tone that down a little bit. And then we've got coloured bike lanes over, yeah, it doesn't do those ones, it's the ones that go on the road. There we go, and we've got those set up as being red as well. Well, I'm going to change both of those. Let's start with the bike lanes. Okay, so if you go into your mods, it is called coloured bike path, but when you load into the options, it's red bike path. I think that's what it used to be, but now you've got all these different sorts of options, and I'm going to go for the London blue cycle super highway colour. I like that colour. It's not too in your face, and I think that looks good. You can sort of adjust the intensity a little bit. We can do only bike lane skip mixed paths. We'll leave that on. We'll see how it goes. We'll just maybe adjust the saturation and the brightness down a touch and just see what that looks like. And I think that's okay. That's not too bad at all. It's got like a hint of green to it, but why not? Kettlewick has its own coloured lanes because, yeah, at various places across the UK, the lanes do change colour. That's what we're going to go with. Let's do the bus lanes. There we go, and this one is actually called coloured bus lane, and we're going to leave it as red, but we're definitely going to drop this down, the intensity, maybe a bit on the old saturation as well, and the brightness, and just sort of see, you see it's actually changing in the background. Maybe bus lane, yeah, I think that should be okay, something like that, a bit of a darker red. Yeah, maybe let's just, I'll tweak that for a little bit and see what I can get that I'm happy with. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Looks more like it's a worn colour, and the options are used for that with this. So if you wish to copy that, you can. So there we go. Right, so let's zoom out. What are we going to do for solving all of the fields? So let's just pick an area like this. I'm going to do everything in this screen. So if we jump into the Find It mod, and I'm also going to move my Find It mod over to the side, so some of you might want to know how to do that. And then what we're looking for is, there we go, Harris, and then we'll put surface on the end, although I think sometimes there are other ones in here that we don't want, but you'll see as we go along. So I've set in the Find It mod options Control R as my random key, so we can see that it's diving around there. Nope, it's not working. Hang on. Yep, there we go, it's working. You've actually got to select one first. So every now and again, it's going to select one like this, which is also made by the same person, but is actually a decal. And there's no way I can sort of filter these that I can find. So you'll notice the difference. Let's jump through here when this changes. So I've got area bucket, so I can enable and disable the replacement tool. I'm going to put anarchy on as well. And then let's just do that until it changes, and then we should be able to click in there. Why is that not letting me do it? See, that one's highlighted, that one's highlighted. These ones aren't. Is that because we don't own that square? Oh, maybe that was the issue. Now, I hadn't considered that. So let me just buy that square there. There we go. And then we'll go back into here. And then we'll just pick one. Ah, now it's letting me do it. Right, okay. So something changed. So we can... Let's pick another one. Yeah, it's still not selecting some of these, is it? Some of those it's selecting and some it isn't, which is really strange. And I don't know why. But anyway, what I'm going to do is try and replace as many of these as possible because I was finding that it was working on these out here. So I'm just going to go through and, yeah, update as much of this as we can. And any ones that are a problem, we'll just delete them and redo them. You know, this is actually quite satisfying to do. Let me just do a quick before and after. I'm in the top left hand corner here. So this is before. There we go. And that is after. So not perfect, but we don't own these tiles. But that is a huge improvement over what they look like when they're like this. So I'm going to carry on, watch a couple of videos, finish the map. I'll be back with you in a sec. I just thought we'd do a quick before and after. So this is before and this is after, looking much, much better. I think those fields I had some problems with had decals on rather than the sort of farm fields that fill the area. There's one there that I've missed. So yeah, as we come across those, I'll try and fix them, but I'm not going to worry about them too much. So let's just do that one. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Right, so what are these new assets that I've downloaded and where are we going to expand to? Let's find out. So these are some of the houses from the French residential low pack by Grunny, and I just think they look fantastic. And they're the sort of houses that, yes, absolutely you would see these in France, but I don't think they're too far gone from a housing estate that you could see in the UK. Thinking particularly sort of posh houses, new houses, houses that may have been renovated and updated. So we want to find a really cool spot to put these, and there's plenty of them as well. If we jump in to find it, we've got a long list of all the models, all the different heights, sizes, lot widths, depths, and building levels as well. So here we are right on the far side of Kettlewick, here by Quality Crest, one of the early places that we built that very much looks like all the sort of housing estates, brand new housing estates that you get. But we're going to use this little piece of land over here behind the hospital. So we do own some of this. It's got good road connection. So we've got our internal road here that goes all the way through to the motorway, which is good. We've got the hospital access there. And then we've got this national road, this country road that runs through there, which we are going to buy that square as well. There we go. And we're going to connect up to that. And then we've got some more building space if we need it. But this is the section that we're going to be looking at. So first of all, let's get rid of the surfaces, and I hope there isn't anything like that hiding underneath. Oh, this has been giving me a huge issue. I'm going to get rid of these two as well. I don't know what this is. Now, sometimes I can remove these, yeah, with the surface area tool, but it doesn't allow me. It's something that's to do with the problem that we faced earlier. I can't replace it with anything. I can't delete it. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. And the last time I actually managed to get rid of one of these, it crashed my game. So I was really annoyed about that. Yeah. Okay, well, we're back in the game. I've just loaded up. I'll tell you what's on the screen in a moment. I've still tried to remove that grey thing, and as of now, there's nothing I can do. I've tried dev mode stuff, remove obsolete entries or what entities, whatever it's called. I've tried the another mods that I'm not sure I'm allowed to mention, but that didn't do it either. So yeah, I don't know what to do about that. We're going to just hope it's not going to cause us any problems. But anyway, since recording that last segment, traffic light enhancements has updated. So we're just very quickly going to sort out what it says here. But this is what you're going to see when you first load because of changes in the game. And then it's going to give you this little box here. So you can dive... Oh, we can't move the box. Okay, so you can dive over to the intersections that have been changed. So the first one that's been monkeyed with is this one over here, which we did have a sort of custom thing set up on there. So I'm hoping what we can do is just, yeah, have a look at this and see what we can do. Split phased and protected left. That's a new thing that's been added. We're going to have a whole video on traffic light enhancement and all the changes, but we'll go on that one. We don't need pedestrian phase, and I think that's okay. This has also got traffic groups. It's got all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to save that and we'll leave that one for now. And then we'll jump over to this one, which is this end of town. Okay, so that one, yeah, this is not a super busy one, is it? So we'll probably just do, we'll do split phase and protected lefts on there as well. We'll save that one. And then we should, if we just run the game, that should just work okay. Once the game has decided to start working, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure we need the protected lefts one on there. Let's just do split phasing instead. We'll save that one as that. Let's go back and have a look at this one. And it's not that busy. We've got a bit of traffic up there. I'm going to let it run, but that's fine. So now we've done that, we can dismiss all and we can get back to what we were doing. So I'm just trying to find a way to cover this up, and I've been looking at the different surfaces that we've got. Not all the grass surfaces would cover it, because I was just thinking of putting one of these over the top of it. As you can see, these original ones do, but that's far too bright. Oh, wrong place. There we go. Don't want any of those, but these ones don't work. And we were looking at the ground ones, and the farming ones work. So I might try and find the most inoffensive green looking farming one, something like that. Or that we can have as the base. If we look up here, none of these work because that perhaps would have been quite good. These ones do, but again, they're far too bright. What else have we got? Sand, pavement. I don't want to pavement the whole thing. So we might just go with like one of these as a very dark one. Yeah, something like that. And we'll just spread that out over the whole thing and then we'll build on top of that. Actually, that one isn't too bad at all. Let's go with that one. Yep, there we go. That worked well. Excellent. We can adjust that later if we need it. Right, so I'm just going to work on a nice little road layout here, and then we can start building our new housing estate. Right, so we've got the basics sorted, and as you can see, we've got lorries that are now cutting through from this road to this road. So what we're going to do to try and stop that is we're going to put a district in here and make it a gated community, I think. So let me know any names that you think would suit this little community here. At the minute it's Meadow Park, and if we jump into here, we've got gated communities. Only people living or working are allowed in, so that'll be good, and that'll stop anybody cutting through, hopefully. I mean, the first few that have made their decision before we pop that in are going to do it anyway. Let's just see if it stops anybody else. Okay, after this, surely others aren't going to come down here. Let's see, you're still coming through. Is it not going to make any difference at all, the gated community thing? Maybe because there's no houses here yet. It doesn't make sense, but yeah. So I want to make my own road to use as a suburban road. So we're going to get this 2-lane road here. We're going to pop that one down. Then we're going to get the road builder mods, and we're going to use this as a template. It isn't popping up that option, which it should do maybe once we've made some adjustments to it. So if we have a look at these roads here, we can turn off the road markings. We can't turn off the road markings. I think we need to set it as car only. There we go. And then we can turn off the road marking. So we're not going to get any trams or anything coming down here. That should disappear at the end. And then I'm just wondering whether I don't necessarily want to change the width, because we can see here we're still 2U. So if I go up any higher, yeah, it's going to start making it too big. So we just leave that like it is. I think that'll be fine, and that will work exactly as we want. So that's going to be a 2-lane road, and I'm just going to put at the end NM for no markings. There we go. Excellent. So let me place some of these down here that we're going to build from. Okay, this is what we're going to go with. I'm just looking actually at this piece of land over here that really isn't being used by anything. We do have the firefighting helicopter depot over here, but definitely we could build right back to here. So maybe we'll just change this a little bit too. Yeah, I think that'll work well, and I'm assuming we're going to just keep this little area here as a park, and then we'll definitely put some more trees along the back here. In fact, I'll just put some in now while I think of it. We'll put some of that undergrowth sort of stuff in. We'll have some of these maybe just going along the back there, and then just intermingle with some of those as well. And over time, they'll grow up, and that'll be a nice barrier. Right, so we're going to be doing a bit of plopping in this one. I'd like to lay these out as I want them. So let's dive into here again. So back into find it. So we've got that selected. I've got level 1. Let's go down to lot depth, all of them. And then I should still have Control R as random. No, let me just set that again. Okay, random asset was R, that's fine. So let's just go through here and place some of these in places that I think make sense. Now, I don't know why there's no zoning on these roads. I think it might have to do with the weird surface underneath. We're just going to ignore it and move on. Okay, there's the overall first pass on plopping some of these buildings in, and I actually really like the way they look. I think they, you know, with a bit of a squint, a bit of imagination, they could definitely be a housing estate in the UK, particularly with the colour of the roofs and the design of the houses being like a bigger, more expensive house that you'd buy and really enjoy, overlooking the farms and everything behind you as well. So yeah, these are very good. I might just go through with move it and just adjust some of these a little bit, because you can see in some places the way they've been plopped just overlaps the road. So I'll probably just do that off camera, a little bit of tweaking, and then we'll get to some detailing of this area. But since we put these houses in, by the way, it doesn't seem that any trucks are cutting through. No, so that's exactly what I was expecting. How many? Oh, let's just adjust Meadow Park here so it actually takes in this area. There we go. Oh man, there's all sorts of areas and things going on under here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yep, that's good. So Meadow Park at the moment has 344 residents with 155 households. Very nice. Okay, so this is what it's looking like at the moment. A lot more organized. I've changed the way we've got the surface running. So instead of this green surface here that's covering that nasty grey one running over the whole thing, because then you lose the, you lose like the concrete pad and the grass. Well, the grass is just whatever's underneath, but you lose the concrete pad connection. For this side, we're going to just go with it. So I've just put the surface over these few and these here, but the rest are okay. I'm now looking at this piece of land over here and thinking that we could expand in here up to the field. So I am going to spend, I mean, my money is just fantastic. We've got so much money, it's no problem. So I think we're going to buy these two, there we go, and expand this estate out into this area as well. And I am wondering about this field, whether we could just purchase that field and do the whole thing. Do you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. So that means we need another square over here. Here we go. And we're going to take this entire field here. Okay, there we go. All plopped, all move it. It did. Move it, it did. That's just not a word, is it? Yeah, all lined up how I want. Let's see what we've got now. So Meadow Park before had 326 residents, 152 homes. If we expand this down to here, and here and higher. Let's see what we've got now. 435 and 326 home residents. So I think that's pretty good for this estate. So what I'm going to do is unpause and let everybody come in. All of the people that complain about the cul-de-sac estates in the UK, which are a very real thing. I've mentioned it numerous times. The estate I live on, hundreds of people. There's in fact three estates coming off of one connection to a main road where I live, like this, and yeah, a whole load of estates. So all of this with two connections, absolutely fine. So we're going to do a little bit of decorating around here as well. And we're going to give them some amenities and services. So I'm just thinking, let's just check. I mean, postal coverage and internet is probably a thing that's on my mind the most. So let's just have a look at postal coverage. No postal coverage around here at all. Okay, let's do a little something about that. I'm thinking that's okay, although it's not giving me the overview that I wanted, so I can actually tell whether that's good or not. Let's try that again, close that down, open this up. Yeah, I mean, it's saying it's all covered okay. Good, good, good. These poor people up here don't really have much coverage, do they? Maybe we could do a little something to help there. I mean, it doesn't take much. One post box and everybody's happy. Okay, down here, let's add one onto Elm Street. Maybe they'll get sorted. Excellent. So that's that. Then the internet for these lovely people is just amazing everywhere. We've just got fantastic internet, so we're not going to worry too much about that. What about our other services? So healthcare, we are right by the hospital and crematorium. Pucker, that's good. I'm going to skip the garbage management, fire, and oh dear me, yeah, we've got the firefighting helicopter depot. But other than that, if you want to drive a fire station up here, that would be epic to do that. I want you to drive a fire truck up here. There is no coverage this end of town at all. So I'm thinking a nice big fire station in here would be a good idea. Yeah, I'm thinking of going for one of the larger ones that's got more fire engines, because that's got 10. The UK one has got 4, which really isn't much at all. But I want one that sort of fits in with the look that we've got going on here as well, which I don't think any of these will. So maybe let's go for this urban fire station. It's not too big, and that could easily just fit into here on a side road, which would be good. We're going to pause a minute while we set up the areas in a second. We're going to downgrade this road over here just to that, so that makes more sense for them getting in and out. Do they have upgrades? They do. Disaster response unit, yes, we're adding that. And also a training tower, extra 2 fire stations, we are adding that. And then we're going to set your areas to everything sort of up here. Do we have a fire station down the end here? I think we've got nothing down here at all. Oh man, that is terrible. Okay, well, we're going to set all of your, obviously we don't have that many fires, but yeah, we're going to set all of you for down here, and we might as well do these ones as they're right next door. Excellent. So that should cover all of that for us. I am now wondering whether we're going to have the same problem with the police station. We have one over here, and has that got some districts? It has. Well, it won't have that district because it's brand new. So let's add that, and these, they might already be taken care of, but they're right nearby. Yeah, that's good. What about schools? Because now we've got, yeah, almost 1,000 new residents in here. Now, in the UK, this is a thing. They will build estates like this all over the place and then just not add any schools at all. I know that's a big thing that's happened in this area. So we want to make sure we've got some spaces. So we've got the elementary. Oh, it's a hospital, but it's showing up as a school thing, probably because of one of the extension wings. Okay, so we've got over here a small elementary school. I mean, if that one isn't filled to the brim, I'd be a monkey's uncle. It's not filled to the brim, but that is a long way to go. I mean, actually, no, thinking about it, that really isn't that far to go. The primary school's okay. Where's the nearest high school? Well, that's all the way for down there. I think this is going to be the nearest secondary school, which has got space in it as well. So actually, that is not too bad. Now, if we can add a way for the kiddywinkies to walk there, then that would be good, because kids love walking to school. So through here, we could just add a little path that comes down the side, and then that goes into there, and that's a long way down to walk to come over to the school there. Actually, that would be really good to cut through. We could just extend that all the way along to the back. Then they can walk through here. They've got lots of choices. Oh, we've got another one of those surfaces. We'll avoid that for the minute. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then they've got access to the other schools. So to help them get to some of those other schools, of course, they're going to need buses. Let's take a look at that. So I'm just looking at where I might want this bus to go. So we've got our Refreshers Park over here, which has got access to jobs. It's got a McDonald's, a coffee place, places to shop, Nitro Kingdoms, a lot of stuff going on here. Some more commercial businesses down there. So shopping could be done over here, which is good. Over here, of course, we've got the hospital. We've got the schools that we mentioned, the high school being all the way down here. So we want to get a bus route that helps people get that way and this way as well. To also assist with that, I'm thinking we want to get some pavement paths, some walking paths around the place. So these little cul-de-sacs. So, oh, that was an autosave. We'll have a quick sip of tea. Yeah, so people that live in these cul-de-sacs, say this house here, for instance, would have to walk all the way down there, to the sort of semi-main road that attaches to the main road over here. So I am thinking the bus route is only going to come through here, and these would have to walk down to the main road to get the bus, which will be much better once we've added some footpaths in. Okay, there we go. So most places have got easy access down the end of their close from their cul-de-sac, maybe to a path onto the main road and then onto the big main road over here. So I think this is where we're going to have our bus stops. Is there a traffic light there? No, there isn't. Good, good, good. So let's pop in, let's think, EU bus shelter. I think we'll go for one of these going in each direction. I think that's just going to be in the middle here. So we're going to take that one and that one. And then, oh, that's disappeared. There we go. Our bus line tool. So let's just have a little think what we want to do here. So I think we do want to bring it down this way. We've got that stop down there we can hook into. We do want to go via the buildings here that we mentioned. And this route that's here, this quality or Celebration Shuttle. That comes from all the way down there up to Jaffa Cake Crest, where, as you can see, we've got our main bus hub with all the different buses. And I don't want to run this little bus loop all the way up there, but I do want to take in the school that's over here as well. So let's just see what we can do. Yeah, I think that'll be quite good. So we're taking this area, we're taking the hospital. We got the crossover point here with Celebration Shuttle if you wish to go further into the city. We also come down here by this school. The high school is up there, so I don't think we're going to take that route further. People could get off here and walk through. I think that's okay. The only bit I don't like is this bit down here where it's going to be swinging round. I was trying to avoid them turning round in a cul-de-sac somewhere, which I didn't want. So I am just wondering whether we could force them to come down here and maybe turn around there to come back. If I grab that and just drag that down to here. Ah, there we go. Look, I think that's far enough. Then they're going to go, where are they going now? They are going all over the place to come back down there again. Let me just sort this out. Oh, there we go. I've done it. I forced it. They've gone round the roundabout and back to here. So I think that should be fine. That's a nice loop that goes around. We're going to call that Meadow Park. And let's have a look down here. So what am I looking for? Bus routes. And that would have been 35, I think. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to change that to yellow. And we're going to name that Meadow Park until you tell me otherwise. We will keep that with that name. And then how many buses are we getting on here? So ticket prices are going to be free, as we like to do. I'm thinking we're going to go 6. And once they all spread out, that should be absolutely fine. Maybe even 4, I think. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take a look in here. We definitely want to do some parks. We want to do some decorating and some other items that are going to make the people living in here super happy. I really do think that those buildings fit in really well for sort of British countryside, nice, expensive, exclusive housing look. We've got plenty of walkability all the way round. We've got paths going everywhere so they can get to anywhere that they wish and then hop on the bus and head out into Kettlewick. So there's something else I'd like to look at today as well. Thank you for all of your comments on the bridges that I put down the River Tees here. And as you can see, a good example, we've got these ferries that are coming along and doing all sorts of stuff. I have to be completely honest with you, I completely forgot about all the new drawbridges and things that we got when I did this episode. So I didn't put any of those in at all, but I'd like to go along here and add some of these in. So we've got all sorts of bridges. Oh, there we go. That one's going to jump in straight away, which is great. In fact, I've just got to be careful of that path because that's going to overlap it a bit there. And I don't want to be a problem. Let's take the path out here. There we go, and we can connect that up afterwards. I'm hoping that's okay. I do have Anarchy on. Is that looking like it's gonna be okay? It's not looking like it's gonna be okay. Okay, let's remove that. Messed up the land. Let's take Anarchy off, and now we'll try and place it, and we'll see what it does. Yeah, it's not gonna like it over here for some reason. Oh, it is. If I just go a little bit further, that's all we need. There we go. Excellent. All right, well, let's just hook this one up and see how it works. We're going to come out the end and hook into there. What is this? Oh, is this just a pedestrian road thing rather than an actual path? One new pedestrian street. That could probably do. Or we've got the 2U one, which might hook in a bit better. Well, actually, the wide pavement path, that goes really well. So we're going to use that one, and we'll curve that around, and hopefully that will snap into there okay. Yep, that connects up over there. And then we'll come this way, and I think we should be able to just go straight in. Let's turn on snapping. Let's put Anarchy on as well. We're going to need that. There we go. Excellent. And we'll just maneuver the trees. And what have we got going on here? So the land's looking a little bit hawky-balky. So what I'm hoping I can do with the Move It mod is, can I grab this and move it forward a bit? It's not going to let me. All right, let's just do a little bit of work on the land here. I mean, something like that. It looks like it's built into where it should be. Maybe let's just do the same over here as well. A little bit of smoothing. Yeah, so let's see what happens then when this old ferry comes along. Whoa, he put on the handbrakes there, doesn't he? He wasn't expecting it. 1 minute there was no lift bridge. The next second there was a huge lift bridge, and it surprised the living daylights out of him. That is a fantastic looking bridge. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. So now I want to go around and place a few more about the place. So let's do that. That really isn't going to work there. Yeah, I think we need to do a little bit of changing of things here. Yeah, I think that's it for the bridges now. I know that there is a pack on PDX Mods which gives us a whole load of new bridges, so I'll grab that before the next episode, and we'll try and combine some of the road and rail connections that we've got into these new extra dose bridges, so we'll give those a go. Right, let's take a look at what we've done today with a brief cinematic tour. Overall, I think this lovely new housing estate worked out really well, and a big thanks to Grunny for their beautiful new French residential assets that just suited this area. I'll leave a link to that pack below. A huge shout out as always to my beautiful patrons, you can see their names scrolling up the screen right now, and a special shout out to my latest 3 new patrons, Earl Lazada, Brandon and Lost Munchies. I hope you all have a fantastic day, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon for some more Kettlewick.